What is up, people? Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video here on the Cup Chasers. That's right, we're taking a look at Arsenal versus Crystal Palace today. Arsenal must win the Carabao Cup. It's not necessarily the most prestigious of trophies. It's not necessarily going to, go down in history as the greatest win that Arsenal's ever had, but winning the Carabao Cup is absolutely massive for Arsenal. Not because of the trophy itself, but because it's going to unlock belief, momentum, and a winning habit that leads to more silverware. And this Crystal Palace game is the perfect moment to finally take it seriously. Like I said, welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and get those likes up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Of course, thanks for being here. And I want to know what you're thinking down in the comments section below. Can Arsenal win the Carabao Cup? And is it going to matter for Arsenal's seasons? For Arsenal's season. Now, many people love to downplay the Carabao Cup, myself included. I haven't had the most, the greatest view of this tournament. I've pretty much cast it aside, much as Arsene Wenger did, much as Mikel Arteta has done in pretty much all of his tenure. But I've taken a deeper dive, a closer look, because if you follow the Cup Chasers, my panelist Nez has always said that this tournament will lead to more winning. And I've finally bought into this idea. As I said, people love to downplay it, but history definitely tells us something different. For young teams such as ours, chasing the legitimacy, the first trophy often opens the floodgates, and Arsenal definitely need that first one. I feel like we can go on to be a great team in this league for a few years, but we have to win one trophy first. If we never get that first trophy over the line, we're never ever gonna open the floodgates for the rest of them. Our squad needs proof, and the fans need proof that we can get anything over the line. Once we've won a final, any final at all, it's going to give us the confidence in the league and as well in Europe. Now, I have plenty of examples of why this right here is something that we need to take very, very seriously. Let's take a look here at the graphic. In 2013, Swansea City, out of nowhere, were very good in the league, and they won the Carabao Cup. You probably remember a certain Mishu scoring mad goals for them. They went on to finish 9th in the league that season, their best finish in their history. Now, if we look at Manchester United in 2017, Jose Mourinho comes into the club in crisis, and what's he do? Goes on to win the Carabao Cup in 2017. What happened next? Do we remember? That's right. Manchester United goes on to win the Europa League as well. So if you want to look at this as winning begets winning, trophies beget trophies, who won the Community Shield? I know it's not, another trophy that means anything at all, but in support of my point here, United won the Community Shield at the beginning of the 16-17 season. They would then go on to win the Carabao Cup, and then go on to win the Europa League, and then sack Jose Mourinho. 3 trophies in 12 months, but his team were able to win that first one and then go on to win the Europa League. Now, of course, my next example is probably the best one there is, because Pep Guardiola wins his first Carabao Cup, and then they never look back. Liverpool took it from him a couple of times in there, but they won 4 seasons in a row. And in that era of dominance, if COVID hadn't hit, I still believe if COVID hadn't taken down Man City in that season, we would have looked at 7 straight Man City Premier Leagues. And they won the Carabao Cup in 4 of those seasons. Nez has always maintained that that was the beginning of their trophy haul. That was the beginning of them knowing how to win trophies and being dominant throughout the league and throughout the cups. And of course, I don't know, what did they win? 506. They won a whole bunch of these. I've got it right here. So they won in 2016, City did, in 2018, in 2019, in 2020, in 2021. And this is their era of absolute dominance. You know, they won the league in 18, in 19, in 2021, and 2022, of course. And they even won the FA Cup once in that run. So winning the Carabao Cup can lead to winning even more trophies. And I think this is 100% why Arsenal need to take not only this game seriously, but this tournament seriously as well. Now, I absolutely want to beat Palace really, really bad on Tuesday. You know, Arteta historically rotates heavily in domestic cups. I know this. He 100% focuses on the league. And at the moment, we do need to focus on the league. But I want to win trophies. You know, the Champions League is we don't even have to worry about the second game. The last two games against Inter and Kairat in the Champions League. Arteta normally rotates. He's looking for squad management in these games, but Palace is going to bring the heat. You know, there comes a point when managing minutes also becomes about managing mentality. You know, this game is an opportunity for Arsenal. If we look at Palace right now, they've just been smashed by Leeds. They've played, this is their fourth game in 10 days, I think, or maybe the third game in that run of games in 10, 11 days. Got a couple players in at AFCON, and Ismail Sarr went to AFCON, I believe. Mateta, I'm hearing, is an injury doubt. So even if Arsenal rotate, we can't necessarily rotate as much as we maybe would like to because of injuries of our own. But the people that are going to come in, the players that are going to come in should have enough to beat Crystal Palace at home tomorrow. I definitely expect we'll see Eze, since we didn't see Eze at all in the game against who did we just play? Everton. Yeah, he didn't even come on in the Everton game. I do expect that Rice or Zubimendi will hit the bench. Hit the bench is a rough way to say that. I expect they'll be rotated, and we'll probably see Christian Norgard. I'd like to see Ethan Nwaneri. We'll definitely see Eze. We'll definitely see Madueke. Jesus might even start this game. You know, Arteta does. Like if he doesn't take it seriously this time, are we ever going to? Like, when exactly are we supposed to take this tournament seriously? You know, I think a winning mentality needs to be fostered. You know, Arteta has rebuilt the culture. He's working on the mentality, and like I've been saying all season, the only thing we need is the mentality. The only thing we need more to get over the line is right here. Is right up here. And winning begets winning. Winning breeds that winning mentality, even if it's just the Mickey Mouse Cup. You know, the final step is turning what Arteta's done into silverware. We don't need another almost season. Right now, here today, we need to win and say, look, we're here to stay. We're here to win. We are going to be here for a while, as good as we are. And I think winning the Carabao Cup will make a big statement along those lines. Now, as far as the lineup for tomorrow night, like I say, I'm expecting some definite rotation. I'm expecting to see Miles Lewis-Skelly on the left side of the defense. It'll probably be Hincapié and Saliba again, and it'll probably be Timber. We're not going to be able to rotate too much. I imagine we might see Kepa, maybe. Once again, we never know how serious Arteta is going to take this. You know, so if he does take it seriously, we may not see as many rotations, but I think our bench is good enough, the players that we have to come on. So if we start Miles Lewis-Skelly, Hincapie. It might be Calafiori in the left center back, actually. Those two are interchangeable, so it could be either one. Then it'll be Saliba and Timber, of course, since that's pretty much all we have left. Big Gab should not play in this game. Even if he's available, if he's fit, we need to save him for Brighton on Saturday, I believe it is actually. And so I think that in the midfield, I would play. Once again, I'm not sure how serious Arteta is going to take this tournament. So we could see one of Rice and Zubi, but I wouldn't have a problem at all if he doesn't play any of them. But I expect Norgard to play in the 6. And then probably, for me, it'd be Zubamendi. I think Rice is marginally more important than Zubamendi as far as our team goes. And so for me, I would drop Declan Rice, give him a rest, and play Christian Norgard in the 6, Zubamendi next to him in the double pivot. And we would have, for me, it'd be Ethan Nwaneri. Get him some minutes, get him a start. And then we'll have Eze on the left. Jesus would probably start down the middle for me. We can get Gyökeres a rest. But, I actually think that Gyökeres could start this game. It would be good to start him in this game. Stat pad, man. Stat pad. Get some goals. Get that confidence. I would actually be very, very happy. I'm not sure that Jesus can do a whole 90 minutes. So if we did like Gyökeres in the first half, Jesus in the second, that'd be totally fine with me. Get Gyökeres on the score sheet. Once again, keep that momentum, keep that confidence flowing for the big man. I would totally be cool with that. That'd be fine with me. And then Madueke is going to be on the right, I would imagine. That's what I would do. That's probably what I would do. But I think that Arteta might go a little bit stronger than that. But honestly, if we went full strength, I'd be okay with it. Honestly, if we went really, really strong, because like I say, we got to win this game and we have to win this tournament. Who knows what we could go on to win? Maybe we're in a little bit of a wobble, but if we smash Palace, it was a good performance versus Everton. And if we come in and smash Palace, and we say, look, we're coming for this cup, because that's going to send a shot across the bow to Chelsea, because that's who we play next, right? They know that what happened at the bridge won't happen again. It's going to be a lot more difficult to play them in a semifinal, but I want it. I want to be the best. We have to beat the best. And the way Chelsea fans have run me up a wall this season, I 100% am looking forward to playing them in that semifinal. So tomorrow night, we have to crush them. They're kind of walking wounded. We can deliver the knockout punch to Crystal Palace here and get them out of the cup and move on. I think, like I say, they need to take it seriously. There needs to be a winning mentality in that locker room, and this could be the start of something absolutely incredible. As we've seen, winning this tournament gives hope and belief to go on and win other tournaments and win other trophies. And we just need this group, this team. We need to see Martin Odegaard with a trophy in his hands. No matter what the trophy is, we got to see that. And it has to happen the first time before it can happen again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And if we never get that first one over the line, Arteta might never win anything. He might not win anything at all. And as I've mentioned, who knows how long he's going to be in the job, because if he hasn't been fired already for his lack of success, what's it going to take? So I think that more so than it ever has been, this tournament is very, very important. And Arteta can't ignore it anymore. The opportunity is there, especially if we win tonight and then beat Chelsea and then beat City, who will probably be, I expect, in the final in March. Think about if we've just lifted a trophy and then the next game is a Champions League quarterfinal. Think about the confidence we'll have going in to the latter stages of the Champions League, going in to the run-in of the league. having already lifted silverware. The monkey, the weight of that will be off our back. And then we can go on to even greater heights. So if we win this, the pressure lifts. If we win this, the belief will skyrocket. And if we win this, every competition will feel possible, as I said. But of course, go ahead and like the video if you are still here. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thanks for being here. I want to know if you would start the strongest 11 versus Palace, if you would rotate as much as we can. Let me know down in the comments below. Please, Arsenal, come on. We got to win this tournament. We have to win this tournament. All right, like I said, thanks for being here, people, and you will see me next time.